All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am at my next service call. We're working on this 7.5-ton carrier package unit. It's a gas package unit, but it's resting on the ground. There are 2 circuits in this system, according to the client. One of them is low in refrigerant. They want me to confirm that, add sealant, and refrigerant top her off. Let's go see what's going on. I'm using my impact driver M12 Milwaukee with a 5/16 bit on it. Taking all the screws out of it. These are all 5/16 screws. Put that all to the side. We may get a little pushback on here.
Our door's open.
Okay.
And the stat is right by me. Yeah, I cleaned it last year, but the shit just blows from stuff. It's keeping temp now, but it won't when it gets hot.
Alright, check the
I'll leave
pressures.
you to it.
Alright, I'm going to throw on one of my probes onto this compressor. And once I get these probes on, we'll close the door. Well, why is this thing going on? Come on. Oh, why this thing's not going on there? What the hell? I don't know, let's try a different adapter. Was that my R54 adapter? Maybe. There we go. 109, 115. And I'm not worried about that one. Looks like we gotta check out that other one. That's beer can cold. That's also beer can cold. Not as cold though. This is going to be second stage because this one wasn't running and this one was. Let's put the cover on. Take a look at the pressures. To get to the other compressor, I'm going to turn off power. Even though I have a good distance between my compressors and the fan blade, I'm not taking any chances. Alright, I got to get this on over there without burning myself. And if you think I'm going to do this with the fans running, must be out your mind. Come on, baby. Okay. Good. Let's get the power back on. Fire these bad boys up. I love it when it says system weight. See? System weight. That is so annoying. Alright, well, we will system weight. Gotta love the Honeywell 8000 thermostats. That's why I prefer the White Rogers. You know, you put it on and default out of the box, no compressor weight or no equipment weight. The Honeywell 9000s do the same thing. Doing a little bit of a visual observation here. The unit looks like this side is lower than that. Is what it is. Well, while we're waiting for system weight to terminate, let's rock some Tom Petty. I won't back down. Alright, let's take a look at the Climate Class app. Let's log into those probes. This is circuit 1, that is circuit 2. Circuit 2 compressor is not on yet, as are just standing pressures, it looks like. Circuit 1, we are right around 100 psi right now and climbing. And 199.8 Waiting on that second compressor or second stage to fire up. Those pressures still look good, being that it just turned on about 60 seconds ago. Let me come back away from the equipment to avoid that noise. Let's wait for that startup of that second compressor. Second compressor just kicked on for stage 2. Hear that hum noise in the background. Sorry I didn't catch it with the glasses that I'm wearing right now. By the way, for video capture right now, I'm using the Ray-Ban Meta glasses, Generation 2. So that second stage, we're right around the 100 PSI right now on that low side, that suction side. Now we're climbing back up. Our indoor ambient temperature, I think was, let's go see what that was again. $70 degrees. That first stage is much lower than our second stage. We're at 106.8 psi and almost 140 psi on stage 2. But we have a 70 degree outdoor temperature, a 70 degree indoor temperature. We're above freezing. So I just sent the client a text message since he had to get out of here. I was like, it's really not that low. Do you want me to add? And I gave him the price per pound for R410A. I gave him the price for the sealant with the ultraviolet dye. And then I confirmed with him the labor charge with the trip charge. And he goes, do it. Let's do it. All right, I got a cylinder here, 410A. I got my EasySeal. I got the scale. Let's go. Just gonna put this on there for a quick second and zero that out with the hose. Now we're gonna open up the valve. We're gonna invert the can. Okay. Take the weight off the hose. Already at 0.2. Let's vent out the air. We're at 0.3. Let's take this cover off. Put it off to the side. Yeah. Spin this upwards. Add the EasySeal. Okay. We're going to hook up our hose. And right now, I'm just going to add a little bit. Inject that in. There it goes. We're just going to go for a pound. We're not that low. A pound total, sorry. I want to make that clear. I don't like to add that much when I'm adjusting refrigerant charge. There's 0.8, 0.9, and that'll be 0.10. Let's close that. Exactly, look at that, 1 pound exactly. Let's put this cover back on, because right now with the cover off, and explain to you what's going on, with the cover off, the air that these two condenser fan motors are trying to push through the condensing coil, the air is going to take the path of least resistance with this cover off. And the air is just going to go straight in through here and through our condenser fan motors and not through our condensing coil. So we'll have no exchange of that heat transfer. You know what I mean? Excellent. Smash that thumbs up button. All right, so by adding that 1 pound, we are now at 100 and almost 18 psi on stage 1 low side, the suction side. 1.1. Okay, sorry, I was close. The other stage, we're at the 136. Now, there is another way of approaching this job by recharging it, and that is to go to our data plate with all that data, recover the refrigerant that's in that circuit, weigh that out, and weigh in the correct amount. Or you can use your experience and professionalism and charge to where the pressures should be. We're going to add another 1.5 pounds. There that is. Close that valve. Close this off. We're going to put the cover back on. And we're going to watch for our pressures. All right, we're at 1.6 total charge right now. 123.3 psi on that stage 1 suction side. 134.2. It's been staying there. Hasn't really deviated too much on stage 2. Looks like we're going to need about 2 pounds total, so that way they both can match, and then we'll be good to go. 1.9, 2 pounds. I'm going to round it up. I like 2.2. 2.1, 2.2. I'm going to close that off. I'm going to take off this charging hose off the EasySeal. Don't need it anymore. Just going to let that sit right there for a second. Let that adjust. Make sure it's nice and tight. Let's put our door back on. Okay, and that air suction pressure is going to keep that door into place. Let's let this sit for about 5 minutes minimum. Check our pressures. Another thing with these smart probes, if you don't turn them off, they don't automatically turn off. So you got to turn them off. These are all those pieces. Let's put that cap back on there. The refrigeration scale, that doesn't turn off as well. Go figure. And if you don't turn it off, the next time you go to use it, it's dead. So you do that until it starts flashing like crazy. This one you also got to hold down. And they both take 2 different types of batteries, which is annoying. Also, put this in with not the buttons facing towards you, because the pressing of the buttons against the cloth of that strap can turn it back on. Then it becomes annoying. Yeah, I turned it off. Okay. I guess I could have closed that and dumped the charge that was in the hose into my system, but I did not do that. Forgive me. Stickers on. I updated the service ticket with the model serial number, the rating plate here and the rating plate there. Also some general aerial photos as well, all angles, into House Call Pro, which is our CRM. And that's it. We're good. All right, let's just set this for 65, a temporary hold until, need to run this for until 10, the end of the half hour. Done. So right now, cool is on, set for 65. It's 70 in here, and it's holding that temperature until 10 o'clock. We need at least half hour, 45 minutes for that sealant to circulate through the system. Thanks for watching. Smash that thumbs up button and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And remember, if you're tired of getting bamboozled, HVAC contractor, you're in the New York City, Long Island metropolitan area, pick up the phone, give me a call, 516-348-6300. Or if you're in the Palm Beach County, Florida area, you know what to do. Pick up the phone as well and give me a call, 561-200-9500. Head on over to Palm Beach HVAC services.com. I'm pretty sure that is. Just Google Mikey Pipes Palm Beach. You'll find me. And if you enjoy this kind of content, I really appreciate a Google review. If you're going to 1 star, get out of here, you troll.